Welcome back to our video. This is the part 5 video. Okay, so last time we did some validation into our button. Okay, this is the last part that we did in part 4. Now in part 5 video, after adding some entries here, we will try to add the algorithm inside this button. For now, this is not working. So this is where we're going to add the code. But before we continue with adding the code, let's try to go back first with the problem statement. If you can remember, I give you some scenario. Here, you're given an n activities, meaning you don't know. It depends on the number of activities that the user will try to enter. And it has its corresponding start and finish times. Then in this algorithm, you're going to select the maximum number of activities that can be performed by a single person, then assuming that this person can only work on a single activity at a time. So therefore, we need to remove the conflict. So we need to optimize the activity. So what will be the solution for that? We will apply the greedy approach. Okay. Now, this greedy choice is to always pick the next activity whose finish time is the least among the remaining activities. And then we're going to start whether the start time is more than or equal to the finish time of the previously selected activity. And then we can, after doing that, we can sort the activities according to their finishing time so that we can always consider the next activity is the minimum finishing time activity. Okay, so for that case, let's go back here into our code. Now, in our code, we need to go back first here in our button schedule button. Now, here we will add the command. Okay, here we will call the function for that particular algorithm where we can apply for the manipulation on how we can sort things. So I'll call this function schedule activities. Okay, this one. As you notice, it's actually highlighted with the yellow because we haven't created yet our function. Okay, so for that case, excuse, we need to create our function. Let's go up, put it here, I think after the entry button. Okay, this one. This is where we're going to insert our function called schedule activities. Okay, now here, there's also another thing that we need to do. Create a variable name called selected. So this selected activities, okay. Oh no, not schedule activities. I supposed to type selected. Selected activities. This is a verb we're going to assign, meaning we're going to select the activities because we need to identify after starting out, then we will try to select which one to be inserted into our table. Okay, we need to copy it. So we will also create a function called, I think, what will be the name? Should I call in for that? Mm, maybe I should, what's the better term? So that it would be easy to determine. Okay, let's just finish it. No, I will not create it first. Let's just finish this one. I'm going to call this activity, acti, oh, sorry, activity selection. So we're going to select from the activities. Okay, then what we're going to do, we will try to copy. Okay, so what is this copy thing in Python? Okay, this copy will actually copy the whatever activities that we added into our list of activities. It will be copied. Okay, but before we can do that, mhm, we need to clear the table, meaning if there are some existing table being added, we had to clear out the table first. So here I'll be adding clear the previous table content. Okay. Then what will be our command for that? For, let's say I put here widget. Okay. Widget in table. Since we hadn't, did we create a table frame? I think I haven't created yet. Okay. I'll just put here frame. Since we haven't created yet the table frame, hmm, let me double check. There's a, oh, not yet. So let me add a frame for the table. I'll be adding it here. Table frame, TK, okay, then frame. Where should I display the table? The table will be displayed on the right side. That is where our output will be displayed. So therefore, I'm gonna call right frame, and then table frame that back. Okay, so we had added now our table frame. So we can go back now on top of our code. Okay, reset top. Okay, here table frame. So on this part, there's a command that we're going to use, winfo. Oops, winfo. Oh, it's winfo underscore children. Okay, this one, children. Okay. What is this when information children? It actually returns a list of all widgets which are children of this particular widget. Okay, so that's the meaning of that. It's actually based on the table because there's also parent and children. So if you notice here in our table, let's try to finish off with this one. Then what we're going to do, we will try to destroy the widget that destroy, meaning we're going to close the table. Okay. Next thing that we're going to do in our table, this is important for us to be able to display the header. Now under this part of the code, you're going to create a header. So I'm calling it TK. Hmm, maybe I'll just get good directly. But if you like to put title, that's okay as well. A title. Let's say title. For now, I'll just use directly. You can also do this way directly. And where should I display the header? It will be inside the table frame. Okay. What will be the text? The text that I'm going to add. Text equals to activity name. So this is the title. And then comma, I'm gonna add here the font. What will be the font So I think I'm going to make it Arial. I'll just use universal font, but you can choose whatever font that you like. But I suggest better to use the universal font. And then you can also specify the grading. Okay, which row that you're going to add it by simply, okay, this one dot grid, and inside the grid. So you need to specify the row. Okay, for now, I'll just put it 0, then the column, which is equivalent to 1. Okay, this is for the activity name. Now for my start time, okay, I'll just copy this one, I guess. Label or frame. Okay, I think I will just copy this and then I'll just edit it anyway. Oops. And then the text will be start time. Okay, I'll try to change this into start time. Now, since it will be put into the next column for your row, example, this is your table. This is the column 1, 3. So this is for the activity name. These are the rows. So this activity name will be put here. And then the start time will be on this part. Since this is 1, okay, in this part of the y, although there's also part of the 0 column, I will just try to make it, um, move it to the next column for the start time. Okay, so I guess this will be 2. Then next part, I had to add, uh-huh, okay, it's did I miss? Okay, that's okay. So let me finish off. This time I had to edit this as end time. Now I have to remove this one, and this is 3. Okay, so that means it will be displayed in the third column. So we have now created our header. Okay, this is for the header part of our table. Next is we will try to display this part. We're going to display the selected activities in a table. So after we click the add entry, all of those activities will be inserted into the table. Okay. Now we have to start with where it will be inserted. So I can start with the row, goes to 1. Now here we can also apply the 4. For activity in selected activities, referring to the selected activities, then we're going to put now the label because whatever we had entered, then we display it in a table. So therefore, we have to use this for loops command. Okay, of course, I have to use the TK label. Now you will be asked, where do you want to display the label? So I will be displaying the table in the table frame. So, okay. Next, I can add here the text. Okay. So what activity particularly? So you just indicate here like the name. It refers to the name of your activity. So if I'd like to add what they call this one, the font style, so I just use the same way. Okay, I'll just copy this option. Mhm. So I don't need to make, okay, there should be equal sign. I think 2 is too big, so I'll just make it 12. Now for the row, hmm, so equivalent to row equals to row. Okay, for now we will not put a zero. So whatever the equivalent, it's only because it's automatic for the for loop. So we didn't need to put the exact number. Instead, what every time that there is another entry, it will be added automatically. Okay, so let's proceed now for the next part. After adding the font, so we have Hmm. I okay, this is for the name. I guess this one is okay. I'll make oops, sorry. Let me go back. And it would be easy for me to make some changes. Although you can put the code in one line here, but that is too long. But here it's okay. I'll just copy this one again. Take a label. This time I'm going to edit the start. Remember this name and start, which is referring to what you have created here. It should be the same. Here, it should be the same. Okay? So that whatever entry, it can be added in there. Activity selection. Okay. Now, where am I? So, start. Of course, this one, in which column this one should appear? It should be in the next column. So I put this 2. I'll copy this one again, enter, and paste. So back, and I'll be replacing this with n. Yes, that's the end time. And for the end time would be 3. Okay. So we can also add here the command called, oops, sorry, this one, row plus, it's like row equals something like that, equals 1, meaning it will automatically add another row if in case there, because if you don't do that, then it will not be inserted in the table. It depends. Okay, so what did I miss? Let's try to review our code now. Okay, you have the scheduled activities. Okay, activity selection. Okay, we'll just go back into that part of our code. Hmm, let's say, oh, we still have to create the function for this. We haven't created the function for this yet. That's why we get the error. Now, for that, we will create a function. Let me just put it here on top. We're going to define, and the name of the function is activity selection. So this is where the algorithm comes in. Okay, we had to call in the activities. Okay, and then after identifying what are the activities, we will apply the sort command. And the sort command, there is also a method called lambda. Okay, so this lambda can you know what's the I will just explain it to you later, this lambda thing. Let me just finish it. So we're going to call in activity, it will make actually the code, what we call this one, concise. Activity, oops, sorry, going to the activity, then start. Okay, and then here what happened next, selected activities. Okay, we're going to put it into an empty. This is where we're going to store or selected activities. Then we're going to add here the current and time. Okay, equals to. So we need to initialize. I think I'm gonna put this one a float. And then let's try to add this one INF. So what is this INF? It actually initialize with negative infinity. Okay, this one. And then in this activity selection function, what will happen? We will try to add another for loops for activity in activities. Okay, then we're going to check if the activity start time is after the current end time. Okay, we're going to add code. So therefore here we will add if, okay, let's say that's if activity, then we're going to start greater than equals. So this is the formula. This is now our another condition. So let's finish off this one. Mhm. Selected activities. We will try to append that inside the activity. Okay, we will insert it. So if there are no conflict, then we can select that one. The next is we will try to add here the current end time equals to activity. Let me activity, then indicate the end time. So in this case, it will try to update the current end time. Okay, it will try to update that. And after doing that, we're going to return selected activities. Okay, so I guess let's try to review here. Let me slowly. Okay, let's try to review the code again. Okay, close. All the details has been added. Oh, okay. You might be wondering on this part of the code. And there are different ways that you can write. You can also write this way, like that, left. Okay, it also works the usual way, or you can also write it this way, left. But it should be like that. That works as well. And here, as you notice here, it's a left. Let's try if we get some error. But this one is okay. It works. But just for this demo purposes, you can just type here left. That's okay as well. Then here right, if you don't like to put some TK, that's okay, but it works. Let's say if there are some error. Okay, so we have now our table here. Okay, if you notice that one, let's try to add activity one. Let's say starting time 7, then end time 8, add entry, successfully added. Let's try to add another one, activity 2, then 8 to 9. Let's say, let's add first, sorry, there are some no conflict. Okay, successfully added. Then I will try to add another activity, 3. This time I'm going to put 8 to 10. Add entry, added. Now what we're going to do, let's try to check whether it is being added now to the table. So we will click this schedule activities button. Okay, so we still have an error. Activity selection. Okay, we will try to fix this one error. Where did I go wrong? Let me check in our code. So let's try to review from the top. Okay, I think this one, mhm, activities, and activities, the, oh, the activity selection. I have here, oh, I forgot to add this one, activities. There should be activities here. Okay, this part of the code because we're talking about these activities. So let's try to run again. One, so this is 7 to 8, add entry. Then activity number 2, let's say the start time 8 to 9. Activity number 3, so this is 8 to 10. Add entry, and let's try to add another one, activity 4, so this is 9 to 11. Let's see which of the four activities will be added. Click schedule activities. Oops. Oh, we still have some error. Activity start. Okay, I missed something again. So let me go back into my code. Activity selection. So I added already the activity, and then the activity. So we have here selected activities, current time, then four activities. We had here if activity start time can be added time, selected activities, attend activity, current and time, then activity and time, then return selected activities. Okay, after the, okay, let me try to find. Okay. Oh, I got it. So I missed to add the return activity portion in here. Okay, let me try to edit that portion. Return new activity. So this is what we failed to add. Okay, let's try to run the code again in the program. Say, I hope this time 8 to 9. Okay, add entry, activity number 2. Then starting time would be 8 to 9, add entry. Then activity 3, let's say this is 8 to 10. I'm going to make some conflict on the code. Then next part is activity number 4. Okay, here activity 4, let's say I'm going to put this one 9 to 11, and then let's see what will happen. There is some error. Oh, there's still one, a tuple. Okay, let me double check on that one. Okay, let's try to fix this problem. It's in the line 53. Okay, what went wrong here? What did I miss on this part of the code? It's actually part in the header. Okay, let me double check why I got this kind of error in the header. Let me just double check. It's actually on the grid side. Hmm. So perhaps, okay, I think it should be double grid. All of this? Hmm. Oops, sorry. Should be here. And then this is what I get the wrong part. Oops. Then mix. Okay, let's try to run the program again. This is where I got the error. Okay, because this yellow, it's a grouping of the parentheses. So sorry about that. Okay, it's okay. Activity number one, then 8 to 9. Okay, add activity 3, 2. This is 9 to 11. And then activity 3. So let's say this is 8 to 10. Okay, last activity 4. So I'm going to make it 10 to 11. Let's see. It's the last part. Oh, you have already the header. Okay, at least it's working now. The header is displaying now, but the data is not. This is so same error that I got a while ago. So on this part, so I need to fix on that part of my code. So this is in the for loops. So here, okay, this one, okay, let's try to add. Okay, I need to close this one and this one. So how many times did I get this error? Okay, let's try to do that again. So how many times did I get the error? Well, that's okay because we're still a beginner. It's just normal when a beginner gets an error. So I'm also just like you, still exploring this Tkinter. So what I've learned, I've just shared it with you. 9, add entry, successful activity. Okay. 2, this is 8 to 10. Activity 3. Okay, activity 3. Let's say this is 9 to 11. And activity 4, I'm going to make this 10 to 12. Last entry. Schedule. Oh, very good. So it's no longer work. I mean, no more error. So there you have it. So we're able to display now the output. So just in case that you want to have the what they call this one, color coding on your right frame just to distinguish that it's a different frame. Let's try to do that. Okay, and the right frame. I think we can add the color. Hmm. What will be the color that should I add here? Okay, in the right frame. Hmm. Where's the right frame? It's not. It's the right frame. Hmm. So let's say why it's not displaying the color. Okay, let me add pad Y for that. Let's say around 85. Let's see how does it look like pad Y. Oh, Okay, you can see it. Activity one, 8, 9, add entry. Then, okay, there you have it. So there's a color, meaning the reason why it was not displaying the light blue, it's because you didn't add the padding. So it's important to add some padding to it. If in case that you want to change to another color, you just change it to whatever color that you like. You can also visit the color picker if you wish to change the color. Then you just go to color picker palette. I'm not sure color will or color picker that you like. Sample. Where is that? Harvard. I cannot see it. Where is it? The color picker. Where's the website for that? Okay, there you have it. Here you can try to add some color that you like. So just like this, I think what would be the best color that I can add like that? You just change it directly and then copy this one. hmm I'll just have to end this and you can replace the color that you like. Let's try to check on that. The color is different. Back one, let's say 8 to 9. Oops, there you have it. So that's the color. Okay, so that's it. That's our activity scheduling solver. Well, the challenge that I want to give to you is to add more validation into your code. Example, if I'm going to click the schedule activities button, it will also display the unsorted or all the activities that you have inserted or added before this one with no conflict. Okay, so I hope to see you doing that activity. Good luck. That would be all for this video.